everybody, I am Sarah Banks from Banks' Business Solutions, and today I want to talk about auditing your email marketing system. Now, this is something that has come up recently when a client wanted to migrate from one system to another. And I think it's really important before you kind of jump in and move everything across from one system to another that you really give your current system a good tidy up. I kind of use the analogy of moving house with this. When you go to move house, you wouldn't just chuck everything in your current house into boxes and hope for the best, would you? You'd have a good clear out, get rid of any junk and organise everything to make the move easier. So this same principle applies to your email marketing system, and it doesn't matter which system you're moving from or to and how automated that process is. Cleaning your list up will help you to start fresh and have an engaged audience that want to hear from you and have an efficient and effective system. So what things should you be auditing? Well, first and foremost is your contacts. Number one, delete people that have unsubscribed. You don't want to be taking them over with you. You're not going to accidentally resubscribe them as long as you're doing things in the right way in terms of getting new subscribers, and there's not much point in having them hanging around. Then have a look at the engagement of your contacts. Anyone that's inactive, so I'd say anyone that hasn't opened an email in 6 months as a minimum, they should go. There's not much point in keeping them, or maybe send them a re-engagement email. If they don't open it, then those people should go. And also look for any duplicates. Now, sometimes you'll find that people have signed up multiple times with different email addresses, and whilst you may not always be able to identify them, sometimes you can, particularly if they're part of your program and they've used a different email address for that. But also, if someone signed up with their email address with a typo in it, they may have re-signed up with it correctly and there'll be a duplicate in there that's been cleaned. So definitely look at making sure you've got rid of any duplicates. And also with duplicates, some systems do actually allow duplicates to happen even with the same email address. So definitely going in and checking that is really important. The next thing to look at is your tags and groups. Now, if you've been using the system for a long time, you might have lots and lots of different tags and groups set up in there as ways of segmenting your data, but also ways of knowing how people got onto your list that may be connected to lead magnets that are outdated or events that happened 5 or 6 years ago. So think about what you actually need now. Think about how you segment your list now and how you use that list to target different groups of people, and only take the tags and groups over to the new system with you that you want. And one thing you might find is that your new system has a different terminology or a different way of segmenting data, so making sure that you've got something you can map across really easily and that you understand is going to be really important. And the final thing to look at is your automations. What automations, funnels, sequences have you got set up in your system? Are they active? If they're not active, don't worry about them, they can go, but just make sure that they're not linked to a form somewhere and that you're not losing people. What needs a refresh? What needs maybe a rebrand, maybe a review of the text? Are they going to move with you? What is going to move with you, and what forms are connected to each of those automations? Where are those forms? And make sure that those forms have been set up in the new system as well. Now, when it comes to actually moving, some systems will do this in an automated way for you, and you can literally take everything from your current system and move it straight over into your new one, although you're going to need to test it and make sure it works. Other systems won't do that, and it's only your contacts that you can import. So a couple of things to think about when doing this. First of all, when you move your contacts over, make sure you mark them as subscribed, because if you don't, in some systems there's no easy way of resubscribing them. And I was talking to somebody online recently, and they had someone support them with a move, and they moved around 2,000 contacts into a new system, didn't mark them as subscribed, and now those contacts will have to be manually resubscribed, which is going to take a lot of time to do. So make sure you mark them as subscribed and read everything twice before you finally import those new subscribers. And then secondly, recreate things one part at a time and test before you do the next one, particularly if you've got lots of complex funnels, lots of forms, lots of lead magnets. Do each one at a time, test it, make sure it's all live and working, and then do the next one. Even if there's an automated way to bring those across, I would still go through every one and test it, because I have seen systems in the past where it does bring things in, but it doesn't quite bring it in the way it should, and it doesn't quite connect up properly, and then you have issues. And my final thing to say to you is that if you're using a third-party connector such as Zapier or Make, Make sure that you've updated that so that the links are going to your new system correctly. It's really easy to forget that you've got a connection between, say, your Facebook lead ads or a form on your website that isn't connected directly to your email marketing system, and not actually going and switch that to the new system. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video today. If you are thinking of moving your email marketing system over, I'd love to have a chat with you, and I hope you'll join me on another video soon. Bye for now.